Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that we had a price drop now on the market, and one of the reasons is that inflation spikes to 6.2% in October, and of course, the Evergrande story continues as well. So I would like to talk about that. The second thing I would like to talk about that the Bitcoin miners look toward nuclear power for sustainable energy. So this could be a new source of clean energy. And also the third thing is that ProShares Bitcoin futures found in top 2% of all ETFs for volume. So actually it's very, very popular. Guys, all this in today's video. And if you would like to get this daily fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news, just simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom. The only thing you have to do, hit the subscribe button, bell button, and all, and that's it. And then you're getting the notifications as soon as a new video is out, and these videos coming every weekday to you here on YouTube. Check out the links under this video. You know, there are useful ones. When you register to different kind of exchanges, you get discounts in trading fees. And also there is a free course, how to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And now when we're looking at the market, that we can see that Bitcoin, it's, as I said, there's a correction, a little bit, a tiny one. Now 2% down, 65,141 US dollar. Ethereum, 4,710, actually pretty much sideways. We still see very nice gains. IOTX up 49%, Mina up 26%, Helium up 16%, Cadena continues its rally. Look, it went up 162 in the last 7 days. And then we have the losers. Internet Computer 8% down, Secret 7%, and Ethereum Classic went down 7%. When we're looking at here the Bitcoin candlestick chart, then we can see that, we had this very nice upward movement, and we have here, reached new all-time highs. And then you can see beautifully it, this support level, it held it, and it didn't. Well, the wick came down all the way here, to 60 to the end of 62,000. But basically this support held it, and now we back here. We will see which way we're going. As I said, even if we go down here, we're totally okay with that. Ethereum also, look at this trend line. Exactly. The wick finished at the trend line and then jumped back. So Ethereum also looking good, in my opinion. Right, and now it's time to move on to the first news, which is all about that inflation spikes to 6.2% in October, and this is a record in 3 decades. The inflation is just keep going up. Unstoppable. And yes, this is a problem. No question of that. Look, let me share you this article. So Bitcoin jumps to new all-time high as inflation spikes to 6.2% in October. Bond traders are increasing their bets on faster inflation after the US Consumer Price Index jumped 6.2 in the 12 months through October. So compared to last October, the last 12 months, put it this way. So the highest rate in 3 decades. So this is not a small thing, right? It's the highest rate in 3 decades. And, the report showed in the cost of living in the US rose 6.2 in October from a year earlier, the fastest since 1990. So as I said, core inflation, which stripes out the volume, food and energy component, rose 4.6, the highest pace since August in 1991. And this is just continuing. And look, not just Bitcoin going up, but when we're looking at the gold price is also up, as you can see. Then look this is the true story here. The inflation of the dollar. The purchase power of the dollar is decreasing tremendously. We're talking about here 1913, when the Fed was created, and since that the dollar is on a massive downtrend. And look, what was $1 back then is a full cent now. What's that? It's 96% decrease. So, and this is what we feel now, and it's getting just worse and worse as they're printing money. Another thing I would like to talk about, which caused some panic, it's about Evergrande, because it looked like that they not paying again, and this caused a problem in the news. But Evergrande said to avoid default after paying overdue interest, so they did pay something. So the story continues. Now everything is fine, and actually their stock went up because of this. It's dropping for a while significantly, but now you can see that let's checking about and it comes down, but when you're looking at this one day thing, it's up. Okay, so this is what basically happened. These are the bad news, and this is the reason that partly the market dropped. But we can see that many things are recovering very soon, so I don't know how long it will take. Probably this tiny correction, we want to talk about it in a couple of weeks. We will forget it, but sometimes these things happening, but the market is still looking strong. Right, now let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is all about that Bitcoin miners look toward nuclear power for sustainable energy. Well, this kind of clean energy issue, it's kind of big, because this is what Bitcoin is most attacked for. It's energy consumption and its ecological footprint. However, now we can see that Bitcoin miners look toward nuclear power for sustainable energy. Several major players say that nuclear energy might be the best choice for Bitcoin miners. Nuclear energy could present a tremendous opportunity to introduce enormous amounts of clean, carbon-free energy to baseload. According to Sudak, he's the vice president of GRI LLD, Harry Sudak. So past subsidy programs and discourse about renewable energy have largely focused on solar and wind power and neglected to consider the potential benefit of nuclear energy. Also, Samson Moe from Blockstream, who is the chief strategy officer, said that the bigger picture is really often missed because Bitcoin mining is a small percentage of energy consumption worldwide, like a fraction of a percent, Mo said. If we are dirty, then everything is very dirty, right? So I think this is just like those who don't like Bitcoin like to focus on this, that how bad Bitcoin is, but really this is just like a fraction of a percentage in energy consumption worldwide. However, it is important, very important, to make it as clean as possible, and renewable green energy is great. And now, spice it up a little bit with nuclear power energy could be an interesting solution for this. Okay, and the next thing I would like to talk about is that ProShares Bitcoin futures ETFs are very, very popular, are now in the top 2% of all ETFs for volume. We can see that the Bitcoin future ETF is kind of big thing already. In generally, I would say the Bitcoin ETF, and definitely not the future one, but so far we have only that one. So even this is so popular that it's now in the top 2% of all ETFs for volume. So while actually it's beat though, not this, it's misspelled, is going from strength to strength with a total of 1.4 billion worth of inflows since late October. One expert thinks that 1x Bitcoin spot ETF has 200 to 1 chance of being approved by the SEC. You know, this is the one what we're waiting for at the 14th of November latest. It cannot be postponed, so either it will be or will not. And we're still waiting for it, right? Many people say that we won't see a Bitcoin spot ETF until next year, just in next year. But you never know. It can be a chance, which can be a catalyst for Bitcoin. So it is, you know, the ProShares Bitcoin one. It was It was launched on October the 19th. Has been popular choice with traders, rising to the top 2% of all ETFs in terms of total trading volume. Bloomberg's senior ETF analyst Eric Balchunas noted on the 11th of November that the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, BITO, had 400 million worth of shares traded yesterday, with its average volume consistently putting in the top 2% of all ETF. Look, here you can see it. So BITO has been roughly 112 million combined inflows over the past 9 days. While the figure sales in comparison to the first 2 days of the fund's listing that show 567 million on the first, and the second day 489 million worth of inflow each. So this kind of consistent flow age is highly rare for newly launched ETF, which shows that this is how hot Bitcoin is. And this is actually a rubbish one in a way that this is just the Bitcoin future ETF. We do need the spot one to make the true magic happen. But even this one is so popular and the market is still looking great. So guys, so far, so good. We'll see. Okay, that's it for today. Don't forget, if you subscribe to this YouTube channel, you get these videos on every weekdays. These videos keep you up to date, so you always know what's happening on the market, and then you can act in the way you decide. But at least you have the knowledge, and I think this is very important. Hit the like button if you think that this content is useful for you. And guys, see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.